Dear students, welcome to the science class. So in the last class we were discussing about the light topic. In that topic we discussed about the image formation by the plane mirror, as well as we discussed about the reflection. So in today's class we are going to discuss about the types of the reflection. So we have two types of the reflection. One is the regular reflection and another one is the irregular reflection. First one is the regular reflection. Second one is the irregular or diffused reflection. Irregular or diffused reflection. So what do you mean by regular and irregular reflection? So take an example of you only. And you are standing in front of a water body, that let it be a pond or it will be well. In that water body, the water will be static one. So what you are going to do here, you are going to stay exactly at the edge of that thing, surface of the water, and you are going to see your face in that water body, right? In a well or in a pond. So is it possible that you are going to see your image in that thing, in that water body? Is it possible that water is nothing but it is static one, it is not moving, it is completely static. So when you see in that water, is it possible that you are going to see your image? Yes, it is possible. You are going to see your clear image in that water body. Right? At the same time, when you are seeing in that water body, your image is visible. At the same time, at exactly same time, take a stone and throw that stone into the water body. Then what will happen? Water starts to move. There it is going to form waves. When it forms waves, again check your image in that water body. Is it visible? Yes, it is visible, but it will be blur or it will be not that accurate one. So initially you are seeing your accurate image, but after you throwing a stone in that water body, water starts to move. When you see your image in that thing, it is not correctly visible. So initially whatever you are seeing the image is nothing but it is the example of the regular reflection. When we throw a stone into that water starts to move, and then you are not going to see your image correctly, then it is an example of irregular reflection. So in general, if you see here, regular reflection is nothing but what? The water body is stationary one. So whatever the object or whatever the mirror you are going to take, it should be smooth one to get the regular reflection. It should be a smooth one. If we take an example of irregular reflection, the water body is moving, it is going to form waves. If it is forming waves, if we take the example of irregular reflection, the surface is also going to contain irregularities. Whatever the reflecting surface which we are going to use to get an irregular reflection, it is going to have irregular surface. It has some irregularities on that surface. So for that example, if we take an example of regular reflection, how it happens? See here, I am going to take a smooth surface here. That is nothing but I am going to take a plane mirror. Like the water body, it is also planar one. So see here, it has any irregular surfaces here? No. So when you take here, if you take the incident light is like this, parallel beam of incident light is like this. On reflection, in regular reflection, what happens? Whatever the parallel beam of light is coming, it is going to give parallel beam of light of after the reflection also. So whatever the parallel beam of light which is coming here in this direction, incidentally on a plane mirror, on reflection, all the reflected light rays are also going to go in the parallel direction with each other. So then it is known as the regular reflection. So in regular reflection, there should be a smooth surface. All parallel beam of light which is incidentally on this smooth surface on reflection are always travel in the parallel direction. So this is nothing but what? It is the regular reflection. In the same manner, irregular reflection we take here, the surface of the irregular reflection will be like this. It is going to form waves. So if you take here, again if you take the parallel beam of light here, parallel beam of light which is incidentally on this surface, irregular surface, what is going to happen? If you see here, if you apply the law of reflection, this light is going to go in this direction. If you apply the law of reflection, this light is going to go in this direction. If you apply the law of reflection, it is going to go in this direction. If you apply the law of reflection here, it is also going to go in this direction. Again, if you take another light ray, it is incidentally on this point, it is going in this direction. It is going in this direction. So this is the example of irregular reflection. If you want to define irregular reflection here, when all the parallel rays reflected from a rough or irregular surface are not parallel. So if you check here, all the parallel light rays which are coming here incidentally on this surface or incidentally on a rough or irregular surface on reflection are not parallel. See here, all the reflected rays are parallel here, but in this case they are not parallel. They are diffused one. For that reason it is known as the irregular reflection. Here it is known as the regular reflection. So I hope everything is clear about the regular and irregular reflection. So always remember one point here. In regular reflection only we are going to see the image formation. In regular reflection only we are going to see the image formation. If the reflection is a regular one, we can't see our images. If you take the example of the water body again, when the water body is static one, then only we are going to see our images. If the water body is not static one, if it is moving, it is not possible that we are going to see our image in that water body. Right? In the same manner, here also laws of reflection are applicable. Here also laws of reflection are going to be applicable. But what is the major concern here? It is the surface of the polished surface of that or reflecting surface. So due to the irregularities on the reflecting surface, we are getting the diffuse reflection. It is not because of the laws of reflection. It is because of the surface. So it is all about the regular and diffuse reflection. Regular and diffuse reflection. Now next consider, is it possible that reflected light is again going to reflect back? Is it possible that reflected light ray is going to again reflected? Reflected light ray again reflected, can again be reflected? Is it possible that reflected light is going to be again reflected? So take an example here. I have two mirrors like this. Both are parallel to each other. Both are parallel to each other. Right here I am having a light source. And I am having a light source. Let it be a light source. So a light source is going to project the light in this direction. That will be direction of the light rays in this direction. So in the opposite direction, back direction, there is no light production, but in the front direction only it is going to produce the light. Let it be. So let this, the light is coming like this. Light is coming like this in this direction. So is it possible that here the laws of reflection is going to be applicable? Yes, it is going to be applicable since it is a reflecting light, reflecting surface. So this light ray is going to reflect towards this. Now again, it is also a plane mirror. It is also a polished surface. Is it possible that this light ray is again going to come in this direction? Yes, it is possible that it is also going to come in this direction. So see here, we are projecting the light in this direction only, in the forward direction into this mirror. But what happening? This mirror is reflecting the light ray towards this mirror. After the reflection, this mirror is also reflecting the light ray towards the first mirror again. So see here, from where does this light is coming? It is coming from this light ray. So from where does this light is coming? It is coming from a reflection. It is coming from the reflection. So this reflected light ray is again reflected back towards the initial mirror. So is it possible that reflected light ray again can be reflected? Yes, it is again can be reflected. So if you want to take a general example here, if in a hair salon, if you take the example of hair salon, they are going to put some mirrors parallel to each other. So we are going to sit in between those mirrors. So there will be a front mirror, there will be a back mirror. So if you check here, we are going to see our front front face like this in the front mirror. So what is the back mirror is used here? Back mirror is going to show our behind part of head. So where they are going to do the cutting of hairs. So we are going to see that image inside the front mirror. So from where does that image is going to form? So the light ray which is coming from the behind are going to hit our head and it is going to enter into the behind mirror. It is going to enter into the behind mirror. From that mirror it is reflecting towards the front mirror. It is reflecting towards the front mirror. Then again from the front mirror it is reflecting back towards our eye. Then we are seeing our behind part in the front mirror. Behind part in our front mirror. So why we are seeing the behind part in our front mirror? Because the whatever the light which is coming from the sun are hitting our head, that is going in the backward direction and it is hitting the behind mirror. Again it is going to come in the forward direction. It is striking the front mirror. After striking the front mirror, again it is going to come towards us, entering our eyes. Then we are going to see that image. So what is happening here? The light ray which is coming from the behind, reflecting from the behind mirror, again it is reflecting from the front mirror. Because of that thing we are seeing our images. So by this example we can say that reflected light ray again can be reflected. Yes, it is possible that reflected light ray is going to be again reflected. Right. So what is the main purpose of reflected light again reflected? So what is the use of that thing? What is the use of that thing? That is nothing but whichever the light ray which is reflected can be reflected again. So what will be the main purpose? What will be the main use of that thing? The main use of that thing is nothing but what we are going to see multiple images. We are going to see multiple images. Because of that thing we are going to see multiple images. Because of the multiple reflection we are going to see multiple images. If you take the example of this thing only and cutting salon. So if you check here, we are going to see one images in the behind mirror. In the same manner the behind part we are going to see in the front mirror. Again in the same manner if you check the front mirror only, we have only two mirrors. We have only two mirrors, one the behind mirror, another one is the front mirror. If you correctly see in the front mirror, you are going to see the first image, second image, third image, fourth image in the mirror only. In the mirror only. So single object is us only. We have only one. But we are seeing our images multiple times in a front mirror. So it is nothing but what? It is the multiple images. So it is possible that we are going to produce multiple images by the reflected light, by the reflection of the light. That is nothing but any light which is reflected, it is possible that it is again going to be reflected back. So by this we are going to discuss about the multiple images. Now let us take the multiple images now. So you already know that how we are going to get the multiple images by the reflection of the light. So what is happening? It is going to happen here. Reflected light is again going to reflect it back. Because of that reflection, we are going to see numerous images. Because of that thing, we are known as the multiple images. So for that reason, what we are going to do here, we are going to take the two mirrors. So we already know that for the multiple image formation, there should be minimum of two mirrors should be there. If we take the example of the hair cutting salon, there also we are using the minimum of two mirrors to get the multiple images. So is it possible that we are going to get the multiple images from the single mirror? It is not possible. Why? Because the light is going to reflect it only once there. If the light of the reflection occurs two or more times, then it is possible that we are going to get multiple images. If it is the light ray is reflecting only once, that means it is not possible to get multiple images. And the plane mirror is going to form only one images. We know that. So for that reason, we require how many mirrors? We require two mirrors here. Let us take those two mirrors and they are kept perpendicular to each other. Not parallel. Those two mirrors are kept perpendicular to each other. That is nothing but they are kept at a 90-degree angle. They are kept at a 90-degree angle like this. So this is the first plane mirror. And this is the second plane mirror, which is kept at a perpendicular direction. So let this be the AB mirror and this be the CD mirror. So what we are going to do here, we are going to keep an object here. We are going to keep an object here. We are going to keep an object here. So we are going to see the image formation of this object on these two mirrors. On these two mirrors. See here. We already know that this is a single plane mirror and this is a single plane mirror. This plane mirror as well as this plane mirror are going to form the images. So here one image is going to form. Let this be the I1 image. Here the second image is going to form I2 image. Right. Is it possible that it is going to form only two images? No. It is going to form another image, that is nothing but in between here or here, it is going to form third image, that is nothing but here it is going to form I3 image. So this object is going to form how many images? This object is going to form, when two mirrors are kept at right angle, it is going to form three images. It is going to form three images. If you check here, first light rays are going to go in this direction. Second light rays. So here for the formation of the image like this, they are going to go like this. So let this be the another light ray which is going in this direction. The formation of the image. Let they are going in this direction. Another also going in this direction. Right. On the reflection, what is going to happen? It is going to form image here. It is also going to form image here. Right. So if you check here, when the light is reflected like this, it is going to go like this. Again, it is going to go like this. Another light ray, if you take here, it is going to go like this, and it is also going to go like this. So if you check here, all the light rays like this, they are going to merge again at this point. So there will be an image formation of the third image. So because of that thing, when two mirrors are kept at 90-degree angles, there will be formation of the three images. There will be formation of the three images. So if you check here, if two plane mirrors, only plane mirrors, two plane mirrors are kept at 90 degree angle, they are going to form three images. They are going to form how many images? Three images. Now what will happen if we change the angle between the two mirrors? Now here we are taking the angle as 90 degree. Because of the 90 degree angle, we are getting how many images? We are getting three images. If we change the angle to 45 degree, if we say 45 degree, if we say 60 degree, in between these two mirrors, how many images are going to form here? How many images are going to form here? So to calculate the image formation, number of the image formation, we have a formula. That formula is nothing but what? That is n equal to 360 divided by theta minus 1. N is equal to 360 divided by theta minus 1. So that is nothing but what? Where n is the number of the images formed. Here n is the number of images formed. And theta is the angle between the two mirrors. And theta is the angle between two mirrors. Is the angle between two mirrors. Angle between two mirrors. So to find out the number of the images formed, we have a formula that is nothing but n is equal to 360 divided by theta minus 1. By using this formula, we are going to calculate the number of images formed by the two mirrors which are kept at an angle theta. So let us first example here. Take this example only. So when two mirrors are kept perpendicular to each other, that is nothing but at 90 degree. So here the theta becomes how much? It is equal to 90 degree. So the number of the images formed by these two mirrors will be equal to how much? It will be equal to n equal to 360 divided by theta minus 1. Right. So n is equal to 360 divided by theta is equal to 90 minus 1. So 0 0 get cancelled, 9 1s are 9 4s are. So 4 minus 1 is equal to how much? N is equal to 4 minus 1. Therefore n is equal to how much? It is equal to 3. So when two mirrors are kept at 90 degree angle, it is going to form how many images? It is going to form 3 images. Now let us take another example here. Let us take that these two mirrors are kept at an angle of 45 degree now. These two mirrors are kept at an angle of 45 degree. So that these two mirrors are kept like this now. So this is the first mirror and this is the second mirror. So they are kept at an angle of 45 degree and object is kept here. So how many images we are going to see of this object if this is kept like this? So if we check here again, we know the theta value they are given here is equal to 45 degree now. It is given as the 45 degree now. Therefore, n is equal to 360 divided by theta minus 1. So which is equal to 360 divided by 45 minus 1. Right. So if we check here, 45 ones are 45 6 are. Is it right? No, it is wrong. 45 8 are. 45 8 are. 45 2 are 90, 94 are 360. So if we check here, n is equal to 8 minus 1. Therefore, n is equal to how much? 7. So that means when you create two mirrors at an angle 45 degree, it is going to form how many images? It is going to form 7 images. It is going to form 7 images. Right. In the same manner, if we keep two mirrors at 180 degree angle, if we keep two mirrors at 180 degree angle, we have to calculate the number of images by taking different angles. That is nothing but at 0 degree angle, what will be the number of the images? At 45, at 60, at 180, at 90, at 135, we have to calculate those things. Right. So next here, if we keep two mirrors at an angle 180 degree, that is nothing but those will be straight line. If you know, if you remember, the angle of the straight line is equal to how much? It is equal to 180 degree. If you check here, I am taking two mirrors here. So this is the first mirror and this is the second mirror. So what is the angle between the both the mirrors? It is equal to 180 degree. So I am going to keep an object here. So how many images are going to see by that object? We are going to see here. Theta is equal to 180 degree. Then n is equal to 360 divided by 180 minus 1. So 181 is 182 is so 2 minus 1. Therefore n is equal to how many? 1 image. N is equal to how many? It is equal to 1 image. So when two mirrors are kept at an angle of 180 degree, that is nothing but those mirrors are kept in straight line direction, then the number of images thus is going to form is equal to how many? It is equal to 1 image. It is equal to 1 image. So I am going to give an homework to you, so that you have to solve that homework and you have to write that homework in your book. So in that homework, we are going to take two mirrors again. We are going to take how many mirrors? We are going to take two mirrors. We are going to take how many mirrors? We are going to take two mirrors. Both the mirrors are kept parallel to each other. Two mirrors which are kept parallel to each other. Which are kept parallel to each other. So how many images are you are going to find out there? Like this, you are going to keep two mirrors. This is the first mirror and this is the second mirror. So we are keeping the object in between the both the mirrors. So how many images we are going to form here? So you have to calculate that thing. So let this be the homework and calculate this thing and write it down in your book. So in the next class, I am going to discuss about this thing, how many images which is going to form. So up to that point, just take it as homework and try to solve this homework. Right. So already I told you how to calculate the number of images like this. It is nothing but by using the formula n is equal to 360 divided by theta minus 1. By using that formula, try to solve this thing. Try to get an answer for these things. So this thing is used in the hair salon as well as in the beauty parlors to get the multiple images. So that means it is having more images than one. So how many images it is going to form when two mirrors are kept parallel to each other? So try to find out the answer for this thing, right?